next up is going back to the game manager and changing up how our checks work. Ooh, we actually have a few errors, end of turn stuff. Let's find out what the problem is. Have an extra curly brace. Ah, okay. No, it's not an extra curly brace. I've just forgot my semicolon there. Never forget the semicolon. And in start, I have done the same. That's annoying, but okay. So that's done. So undo move is done. Then we need to go into check selection and change this up a bit. Let me just find it in my other program to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. Actually, we don't need to change anything in the game manager. What we do need to change is just delete the check valid moves inside of our piece, because inside of our select piece in piece, as you can see. Because this doesn't need to be called now anymore, because this was previously called once we clicked the piece, and now it doesn't need to be called, as we've done the check valid moves calling on in our game manager. If we just left it in there, it should still work the same. However, it might just slow down a bit. So let's see what our results are. The way we're going to test it is just by starting the game. And I did actually just test it to make sure that everything works before I go on and make 1,000 errors like I normally do. So as you can see, the first thing we notice is that the king cannot move to these 3 spots. And that's for an obvious reason. There's the white king here, which is attacking those 3 spots. Good. Moving on. We haven't changed the bishop or the rook yet, or the pawn for that matter. So they're not going to have an effect in this. But the kings and the knights are. So I can move that there, I can move that there. What I also want to check is that the black king cannot attack a white piece that is already being guarded, so to speak, by our rook or by the king, or I mean by our knight or our king. So that's why I'm going to move the queen there, and let's move to there. As you can see, this white king cannot move to there or there. That's good, because the black knight is attacking those 2 spots. This black king cannot attack the queen or move to there, because the white knight is guarding and attacking those. Good. Again, same with white king here, can't move to there, can't move to there. And same with the black king. So our scripting has actually been successful on the first go, which is quite amazing. Although it did take me about 50 tries to get this actually working in my own time, but it was quite a lot of fun figuring this out. So what is going to come next is making sure that the bishop and the rook also work properly. Now that is going to be, well, along with the queen. That is going to be more challenging, because if you remember, the way we made our queen, rook and bishop work was by looking at the squares before and after a certain piece, and now that piece can cause us a bit of problems. But I think I've got a section of code that can work. I just haven't tested it properly, so I'm not going to explain it in this video. This might actually be a 2-part video by the looks of things, so yeah, I'm going to leave it there. We got the knight, we got the king working. The king is kind of set up to ignore the moves, or not be allowed to move into places where the other king or the knights are attacking, which is amazing, and that makes me quite happy. So if you guys have any questions that you would like me to ask me, then do feel free to ask in the comments down below. I will be happy to explain them as soon as possible. I know it's been a while since the last video. Sorry about that. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for your continued support. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, then please give me a like, share and subscribe. If you didn't, dislike it, tell me why, and tell me how I can improve for next time so that you do enjoy it next time, hopefully. And speaking of that next time, until that next time, thank you so much for watching once again, and goodbye.